My name is Brian Gray. This is my wife, Maureen. We've been at Hillside Church for 6 years, and for the past 2 years, we've been a part of the Timothy Initiative Training Center.
TTI is, I think, two things. It's a kind of an international missions organization and discipleship methodology, but it's also expressed locally at individual churches. And so at Hillside, we've had a group of people that have been meeting for 2 years, and we get together and we talk about how to share our faith, but also, I think just as importantly, like why we share a faith and why we love Jesus and how that informs every aspect of our lives.
There's a tendency to have this bifurcation where we've got our church life and then we've got kind of the rest of our life. And what happened through the course of this training is that merges together, and you can see how there is a ministry in the midst of everyday life, and God is working in all of the people around us, whether it's with coworkers, with neighbors. He's at work.
I think that I was more concerned about the idea of like, how does this fit into our regular life with 4 kids and activities and working, and the idea that there would be the time commitment. And I think that part was actually less challenging than I was afraid of. Like, if we're already involved in sports with our kids and school stuff and church stuff and all that kind of thing, there's a purpose for God's kingdom in all of that busyness.
One of the things that I've really appreciated is having a different lens that I'm looking at the world through. There's brokenness all around us. And every conversation that we have with neighbors, coworkers, people in the grocery store, there are signs of brokenness that are showing up everywhere. And the gospel gives hope. And I think just learning to feel that prompting, learning to feel, hey, there is a connection between this person, and I'm gonna invest. I'm gonna care more about them in this moment than I am about myself, to tell them where hope can be found.
There are moments where the Holy Spirit effectively works in their lives to save them, and they get it, and it's like, I think this person just became a Christian right now. And I don't know if you've never been in that moment with someone in a conversation before. It's mind-blowing, and it's like literally nothing that I've done. Like, it's really just talking with someone about Jesus. It's not fancy. There have been moments over the last couple of years where people met Jesus.
I would strongly encourage anybody who's feeling a prompting from the Spirit, if there's an interest, if you're intrigued, if you think, boy, I do sense a desire to be more on mission, to get a glimpse of what that first century Christian in the book of Acts was going through. If that lights up a bulb, if there's something that is pulling you, don't dismiss that prompting. Continue to lean in. I would encourage you to go to the vision meeting, and don't shy away. Take a risk. Follow Jesus. Trust him. It's worth it.
It's a commitment in that it's a risk, but it's not the same thing as a commitment as like signing up for another committee. You know what I mean? It's not adding something different to your life. It's intensifying something that should be the most intensive part of your life.
What I think that the Timothy Initiative did in my life is it creates an integrity to my life. So there isn't that church life and personal life. It is like it's fused together. There's integrity in just being authentically who I am, regardless of my situation. And I think that the curriculum you go through helps form you, sanctify you in that way. I really encourage you, if the Spirit is moving, if this is something you're feeling challenged to do, I would say do it. Lean into it, because that's how God's going to work.